Welcome back to Racing Across America on this Friday. That means a visit from Dave Rodman, Laurel Park. Good morning, Dave.
Hey, Seth, how are you today?
Very good. And give us a little update on the weather. We have been in the refrigerator up here for about a week. What's it look like down your way?
Well, it almost feels like Bermuda today, since it's going to be around 40, I think, for the high.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Yeah, we'll be back in 33 for a high tomorrow. A little bit of wind, but actually a pretty nice day considering how cold it's been everywhere. We managed to get through it, and the jockeys rode in some of that bitter cold, and a big plus to all the grooms, the exercise riders, and the horsemen for coming out every morning and taking care of the thoroughbreds and putting on the show, more than just what happens in the afternoon.
Oh, absolutely. The morning is the time when you really got to salute the folks because they're out on the paths, which might have some ice on them and whatnot, and and the maintenance crews who are out there at the various hours. So absolutely, tip our cap to all of those people.
I'll tell you one person that didn't bother yesterday. Cold weather was heavy on Toledo, the jockey. He was very hot here yesterday with 4 wins on the card. And so that put him right up to second place for the year, one behind Victor Carrasco.
Nice.
Of course, Trevor's going to go ahead.
I pulled up on Equidaily. I pulled up the picture. I think it was on the Laurel website or one of the Baltimore newspapers, maybe, of the jockeys on the day last week where they all had the hand warmers, the commercial hand warmers that they were getting ready to take out. I think that was a day where it had to be down in the single digits, but they all kind of came together. Okay, we'll go out and ride, but not without the hand warmers.
Yeah, that was the day we had about maybe 16, 17 degrees for the high.
Yeah, that's and again, hats off to them for stepping up and doing that. And you and I were talking during the break. You escaped the weather a little bit, went down to the old stomping grounds, New Orleans. What were the temperatures like when you were down?
We had the Monday I was there for racing. It was really nice. The temperature was about 70 degrees.
Nice.
And, it was actually, I was overdressed. I did the reverse, thinking I was still in Maryland and thinking, well, even 62 might feel a little chilly for New Orleans. But yeah, had a nice day. Then it got a little chilly and warm, but I'll take that over 30s any day. Had some jambalaya, some gumbo, some good food. Managed to run into Rosie Napravnik and Joe Sharp. They saddled the favorite in the feature race of the day, and Joe said, "Come on, get in the picture."
Nice.
Wound up getting in the picture. Rosie looks great. Looks like she could ride tomorrow, and everybody was happy. It was a good trip back down south.
And of course, Forrest Boyce is riding down there regularly.
Yeah, I didn't run into Forrest on Monday, but did see her ride, on the track. But I ran into a lot of old friends, and Tom Amos and folks like that from my hometown.
Nice. Yeah, and I made one visit down there. One visit. I was down for a couple of days, made it over to Fairgrounds both days I was there. Really enjoyed it, and also had the nice food. Made a stop on Bourbon Street one night. It's a lot of fun down there. I'm envious of folks like you. That's your old stomping ground.
A small endorsement for Liuz's by the track, which is a restaurant just outside the gates of the fairgrounds, and I think they have the best gumbo in the world.
Okay.
Made from scratch. So
what was the name again?
Liuz's by the track. There are 2.
Oh, literally, it's called By the Track.
Yeah, because it is
nice.
by the track.
Nice,
it's literally outside of one of the gates. You can pretty much see the track from if you walk out.
All right. So if folks are heading down, that's where they can stop by and get some good food. All right, Dave.
A lot of horsemen hang out in there too.
Oh, as is typical when you have a good restaurant near a track, you'll stop in and you'll be able to see the horsemen at the various venues. That's true up here at Saratoga. When I was down the Belmont Stakes this past year, popped into King Umberto's one night for dinner, and yeah, there was horsemen and media people all over the place, so not unusual. All right, Dave, let's take a look at some of the racing for this afternoon down at Laurel. Give people some ideas. The opener today, maiden claimer, 20 to 25 tags. These are 3-year-old fillies going 6. Your thoughts on the first?
Key Scratch and a horse that was dropping down, number 6, Latest Thinking. I was going to kind of pick against her anyway, but she was going to really take a lot of the money in there. I like the way the number 1, Patsy's Princess, finished up in her second start, which was her first run over a fast track for trainer Dove Houghton, a Corinthian filly here. Keeping her sprinting at 6 furlongs. She's been 5.5, 6 in the last race. The speed, rogue speed of a I think it was a first-time starter, Yabu Kiva, really got out there blistering, setting a 22-2 opening quarter. And she closed the gap late with a bit of a rally. Midnight Ball, who was a Country Life Farm horse, I believe that was a Trombetta horse, actually beat her that day. But she continued very willingly to the wire, drops back to the level she started for $25,000. Patsy's Princess, I think you'll see her a little bit closer to the pace today, Seth, given that sharp opening quarter set by that first-time starter last time out there, December the 20th.
And I have to admit, I'm not familiar with the trainer, but is that the correct spelling? Is it actually Dove Houghton?
Yep. Dove Houghton, yeah. She's been around Maryland for quite a while and had some really nice horses in the past. Kind of the last couple of years been pretty quiet, but Dove Houghton, correct.
All right, let's move on to race number 2 today. Another conditional claimer. This time the tags 12,000 to 15. Non-winners to 2 lifetime to condition. The 1-turn mile. Your thoughts here? I
really like this horse today. Holy Use. Second time in the Wayne Potts barn, a transfer from California, Del Mar, Santa Anita, Los Al. Oh, even ran at the fairgrounds back earlier last year without much success. Did break the maiden there, then didn't do much after that. Then went to the West Coast and kind of winds up on the East Coast. So he's a traveler. But you go back and look at his video replay there, December the 12th. He shifted between horses after breaking a beach slow off the rail. The rider got him off the rail. He made a surging, kind of quick progress move early in the race to put him right into contention, then kind of even paced it through the rest of the race. Today he gets blinkers on. So he broke a beat slow. He made, I would say, at least 2 moves in the race. One to get into position after he broke a beat slow, and then a kind of surging move. I like horses like that. And today they're adding the blinkers on. He was only beaten 3 lengths in that race. His first try here. Second time in the new barn, beaten by a 14-1 shot. I think he's going to run much better today. Wholly used in the non-winners 2 condition. And that mile's going to help him, too. Got a long way to settle in. He doesn't need to be rushed.
It not only adds blinkers, but adds Sheldon Russell off of the 5-pound apprentice last time.
Yes, and Sheldon and Heavy on Toledo, I believe, share the same agent. And, you know, on Toledo having 4 wins yesterday. I think Sheldon's itching to get some cash today and keep his agent happy.
All right, let's look out at the 8th this afternoon. An allowance non-winners are 1 other than mile and a 16th the trip.
Okay, let me turn my page here. This race has changed a bit with a scratch of Wonderful Union number 1 and El Toro de Oro. Just an opinion, I think that Tucker's Point is going to be a little bit overbet here. Second time in the Kieran McGee's barn. Granted, he did win visually impressive for $14,000 and came back and got beat by a horse who just was a pure hanger, who had finished second probably 60% of the starts of his life, named Coach Fridge. He arguably could have won that race with a better trip. He closed inside and got a bit of trouble, but that was a 1-turn mile. Going 2 turns here today, and with the key scratch of the pace might be a little funky, as they say down in New Orleans. Now, I'm going to go with 4, Strike and Spare, $4,500 claimer, into allowance company for the $42,000 purse. No barn hotter here than trainer Claudio Gonzalez. I'm looking for some dictating of terms early, and hopefully he'll have enough late to hold on. He drew off like a wild horse last time to win by a dozen. Okay, he beat Hill Tie and Stock Quote. I understand that. I think the pace may make the race here, and if they wait too long, he might be gone.
Carrasco on board 10-1. The speed always dangerous. So the 8th, a little bit of a shot here. I like it. Strike and Spare.
Yeah, and I mean I would use Drive with the ground motion runner underneath them, because he's run okay around 2 turns, just some kind of soft fractions up front before, and he's actually put up that maiden score when unfortunately Hereditary got DQ'd, kind of drifted out into him. I mean, some people don't like to play that kind of horse, coming off of the DQ in the maiden win, but he ran okay when he stepped up against Golden Glint there. So I think he's a legitimate horse here, AP Indy out of the Deputy Minister Mare, a La Penta runner trained by Ground Motion.
All right, sounds good. Dave, as always, appreciate the visit. Good luck this afternoon, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Okay, Seth, have a good day, everybody.
You too. Dave Rodman from Laurel Park.